Department of Sociology, Government, is the brainchild of Netaji Nagar College and Jodhpur Research. The meaning of the term is speaking the truth. And Mandias Debate Club aims to
Mandias Debate Club, brainchild of Jodhpur Research and Netaji Nagar College. The participants of today's debate are students and professors of university and college, which makes it an inter-college university initiative. The motion of today's debate is, in the opinion of the House, Russian invasion of Ukraine signifies the breakdown of rules-based international order. The Russo-Ukrainian War, previously referred to as the Ukrainian crisis in its early stages, is an ongoing international conflict between Russia, alongside Russian-backed separatists, and Ukraine, which began in February 2014. Following Ukraine's revolution of dignity, Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine and supported pro-Russian separatists fighting the Ukrainian military in the Donbas War. The rules of today's debate is, each team must have members or solo participation is allowed. In case of solo participation, the participant will have to undergo turn two, that is, he or she will have to speak for both for and against with a considerable gap in between. 5 minutes speaking time for each participant. There will be an open rebuttal, that is, all the members present in the House, including the judges, can ask questions. The permitted languages are English and Bengali. Use of foul languages or any misbehavior will lead to disqualification of the team. The decision of the judges will be final. Participants are provided with a certificate. May I call upon Professor Shubhadeep Chakraborty to speak on the motion.
A very good morning to respected Chairperson Madam, members of the jury, and all my fellow co-panelists, ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, I would like to express my deep gratitude to the respected Principal Madam Netaji Nagar College, as well as the NGO Jodhpur Research, who have given me this opportunity to address this august audience and take part in this debate competition. I am truly enriched and express my deep gratitude. This House believes that the Russian invasion of Ukraine signifies the breakdown of rules-based international order, and I stand here to affirm this proposition. Respected Chairperson Madam, the terminology itself, rules-based international order, signifies the post-World War II situation or the post-World War II balance of power which the United States imposed on this world. It signifies a combination of Western liberal values. It signifies the enactment of the Bretton Woods system economically, as well as the institutionalization of the United Nations, where Article 1 of the UN Charter refers to the sovereign equality of all member states. Therefore, sovereignty, territorial integrity of countries are sacrosanct. And whenever this core principle of the United Nations is violated, it obviously signifies a breakdown of international world order or rules-based world order. Ladies and gentlemen, the current crisis of Ukraine dates back to 2014, rather to the end of the Soviet Union in 1991. Ukraine had been a vassal state of the Soviet Union since centuries before that of the Russian Empire. In 2014, following the Orange Revolution, where the highly unpopular President Viktor Yanukovych was ousted by popular protests, which saw the initiation of a people's democratic regime and not a regime puppet to Moscow. This was immediately followed by the annexation of Crimea by a so-called Russian special military operation, and the world kept quiet. Most importantly, the United States and the Security Council kept quiet. What was the result? The result was the absolute terrible tragedy which befell mankind on 24th of February 2022. For the first time since the end of 1945, since the end of World War II, We have had a conventional war in the heartland of Europe, which threatens and which tears apart the very fabric of a civilized world order. What was the justification? The justification was extremely ludicrous to say the least. Putin is a dictator for all that matters. And what did he say? He wanted to denazify Ukraine. He wanted to wean away Ukraine from so-called NATO alliance. The point, ladies and gentlemen, is today what Russia is doing. If tomorrow China does the same with Arunachal Pradesh, with Ladakh, can India afford to allow this diplomatic nicety and not take part in the United Nations Security Council voting? When your own house is on fire, then you realize the threat it imposes. It is incumbent on all the countries of the international community to take note of this aggression and realize that what is happening with Ukraine today, if it goes unchecked, will set up a dangerous precedent and it will lead to the complete erosion of the principle and norms of international world order, which is based on territorial integrity and sovereignty. Ladies and gentlemen, the rules-based international order breakdown is amplified, moreover, by the large-scale crimes of humanity committed by the Russian army in places like Bucha, Mariupol, Sumy, and many other places. Civilian lives have been lost on a massive scale, civilian infrastructure has been devastated. What for? Was this war against denazification? Today we are witnessing the massive, the biggest ever refugee crisis in Europe since 1945. The international community cannot afford to remain quiet and let this go unchecked. Ladies and gentlemen, my only point is, if this becomes the norm of today's IR, then unfortunately we shall be referred to the optional state of nature, where might is right and where brute force will completely crumble all forms of civilized order and society. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, Aishmita Das from Netaji Nagar College from the Philippines.
Honorable judges, my respected audience, my name is Aishmita Das, pursuing history honors from Netaji Nagar College. Whenever we hear about the Russia-Ukraine war,
thanks to the organizers for inviting me as part of this debate, which resonates with the contemporary issues regarding global shift in terms of our relations. So, I am speaking in favor of the debate. The motion of the debate is whether the Russia-Ukraine war has led to the violation of the international order. So, with permission from judges, I would like to begin my presentation. So, the Russia-Ukraine war takes me back to Rabindranath in 1930s. Rabindranath in Russia critiqued largely about the brutalizing Russian aggression, and it went on as an extension of his critique of nationalism that he authored in 1916 in his essay Nationalism. And now in 2022, when the war has started, it's actually an extension of the war that has been going on since 2014, as many previous speakers have pointed out. I cannot but remind Rabindranath once again about his warnings, the warnings that he offered regarding the imperial policies. In my opinion, the impact of this war is multifaceted. It's not just social, it's not just economic, it's not just political, it's rather the combination of all of it. So when we talk about the social effects of this war, it obviously leads to the violation of the Article 2, UN disputed for non-intervention and the maintenance of autonomy of different nations. Also, it has a significant economic fallout. IMF, International Monetary Fund, World Bank had predicted that in this war, Russia is going to be hit by global recession and the Russia's economy is going to be staggered by 11%, whereas Ukraine's economy is going to be staggered by 45%. So, if we look at this economic scenario, this looks very bleak as the world was gradually coming out of the infliction of pandemic. 2.5 years of pandemic, the economy had already slowed down, and with the war, it had been administered further blows to come out of its own. Also, if we talk about the rise of food prices, we all know that Russia has been a great source of wheat for the entire world. Right now, after the war, 50 countries have sanctioned off Russia, and this has led to not only the disintegration of the social ties, but also the squeezing of food supplies from different parts of the country, leading to an economic blockade and rising of the food prices. Also, in my opinion, this war is leading to an international political turn with Russia gradually getting proximate to China and the United States consolidating the European powers. We are moving towards a new world order where the Western idea of the international order is not going to hold water anymore. So, with this, the role of the global South is going to be interesting. Bigger countries like India and others, which have maintained a very convenient silence regarding the war, which have maintained a very convenient silence regarding the war and its impact. How are we going to react to this? How other countries are going to adapt to these changes? These are the things that we need to take into account. So there is one thing that this violation of the international order might bring about a new world order where the West is not the center, and also it might divide the world into two separate superpowers between Russia, China, and USA, consolidating the West. And thereby, we are perhaps moving towards an interestingly fragmented world which we never expected in the post-war world. So with this, I would like to conclude the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Professor Vipasha Ghosh from Netaji Nagar College.
Good afternoon, Mr. Honorable Judges for today, and my co-fellow panelists and august audience. Before I start, I am going to speak against the motion which says the Russia-Ukraine war signifies a breakdown of the international rules-based international order. My first question is, there are three basic questions. What kind of order are we speaking about? Who makes these rules, and to whom do they apply? Now coming to my further propositions. My first proposition is the universalization of a liberal and a Western rules-based order. For this, obviously I am not going into the details of the Russo-Ukraine war because we all know about the Ukrainian fatigue and the Russian anxiety which has been going all around the places today. This basic notion also delves into other equations as well. The equations between US, the superpower, China as well as Russia. For US, China is a strategic threat and Russia is a direct threat. Now coming to the equations between two countries, if we speak about, definitely, I'm not saying US is being a superpower, it is obviously looking for its own equations. It is trying to help Ukraine, but it is also, it needs to be looked into that it does not basically try to sideline Russia to a certain extent, because we all know that Russia's discounted oil supplies, which are a source of income for US, is a basic positive side in this respect. Now coming to this, if I come to China, Xi Jinping's address in the Bali G20 Bali summit in 2022, his talks with Biden signaled a positive outlook. He signified the term the strategic decisive order, which means all equations are to be placed in one frame. All orders are to be placed in one basic aspect. Okay, now if I go into this, we all know about US and its help towards the Ukrainian side through its reconstruction aid with the help of NATO and others. But what I need to say is this rules-based international order is an obsolete concept post the Cold War situation, because we all know that the power is not concentrated in only one sole hands. The power is diffused. Okay, now this diffusion of power definitely leads to basic outlooks, as we all know. Now, if I look at this diffusion of power, if I look at this distribution of power, definitely this will not signify a breakdown of the space international order, because we need to look into the fact, we need to work with our rivals, we need to compete with our rivals. It is not about the breakdown, it is about competing with our rivals and to develop our rules of play, our own rules of play, which will signify a positive outcome. The second aspect which I have highlighted, which I come to see, is regarding the limited power struggle. In this Russia-Ukraine war is a limited power struggle in case of the global South countries. We need to remember, yes, the global South countries this is a limited power struggle in case of the global South countries, because these global South countries are trying to vouch for their identity. Some are in search for identity still, and some are on the verge of getting their identity. And so, if I look into this aspect, we need to see how much these equations have helped these global South countries in trying to search for identity, trying to develop themselves as zones of strategic cooperation or conflict, whatever the case may be. And the third and most important case comes to our own country, which is India. Last case is India. India has obviously it has not vouched with USA regarding not supplying sanctions to Russia. Also, I'm not saying that US speaks in favor of Russia. What India follows is an ultra-realist policy. The case is between a struggle between order and nihilism. As we all know, India's ultra-realist policy needs to be different. Post the non-alignment case, India follows its own order. The question for India is not what order are you looking up to. The question for India is what order are you following. India looks into the ultra-realist policy. India looks to develop its own equations with USA, China, and Russia, which calls for it. So, with this, I would like to conclude by saying that the international relations scenario is basically a salt and pepper relationship. The salt and pepper look different, but both of these things are right. You need to know the qualities, you need to know the standards, and basically they would definitely increase the taste and the taste. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Ahana Sen from the Memorial College.
Good afternoon to the respected judges, jury, and to all the members present in this house. A little correction, my name is Ahana Shah and not Sen. It's okay. So the motion for today's debate in the house is, in the opinion of the House, Russian invasion of Ukraine signifies the breakdown of rules-based international order. I shall be speaking against the motion. So to begin with, what is rules-based international order? A rules-based order may generally be understood as a shared commitment by states to conduct their activities in accordance with an existing set of rules. While international law is more general and universal, the rules-based order seeks to allow special rules for special sui generis, that is unique of its kind, cases. Now, why I use the term special? NATO bombing of Yugoslavia, invasion of Iraq, regime change operations in Libya, and the killing of Muammar Gaddafi, all of these have been essentially unilateral moves, not the multilateral.
Thank you. Next, we have Anuj Das from Netaji Nagar College.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Anuj Das, student of Netaji Nagar College of semester 6.
I'll be speaking for the motion that Russian invasion on Ukraine signifies the breakdown of rules-based international order. This is alleged reason. First, let us know what is this RBRU or what is this alignment. There are certain policies or certain rules which each and every country should be following in order to maintain peace, security, as well as economic liberalism and political liberalism of the countries. The things which primarily comes up are any country cannot allegedly use force to other countries to annex the power. But there are certain things which came up. First, we can see that Russia broke many treaties, which signifies that it is breaking the rules of the international order. First thing, the Budapest Memorandum, which was signed between the UK, USA, and Russia, where the signatories were, you can see Uzbekistan and as well as Ukraine. Where we have seen that it is allegedly told that any country cannot use force or cannot use their power to annex the other countries. But in year 2014, we have seen annexation of Crimea by the Russian forces has already started breaking the rules-based international order. The second thing which comes about the Russian-Ukraine Friendship Treaty 1997, where it was stated that neither Ukraine nor Russia can use force or provide nuclear threats to the other countries. But again, we have seen that they indirectly or directly, Putin is somewhere giving nuclear threats to the Ukrainian regime. Now the point comes up, what are the other things which are breaking down? We have seen that the global superpowers, not only the global superpowers, but as well as the global policy makers like the US or the EU are allegedly collapsing or paralyzing because they are unable to stop this war. With a horrific war situation, thousands of people getting killed, sexual assaults by the militaries, and even people getting displaced, which has already proven that war is stepping towards devastation. We have seen that when the economic crisis is coming, it is not only affecting the Western countries. Yeah, we all know that Western countries are affected directly by this Russia-Ukraine war because Russia is one of the main suppliers of the oil and natural gas to the countries. But you can see that it is affecting India and many other countries. Like how? High inflation rates, RBI tax rates are going up. There is a scarcity of food and basic shortage of national commodities. In last year, Pakistan also we have seen that Pakistan exported 47.61% of its wheat to Ukraine. But we have seen that export has been also been stopped, which eventually led to the collapse of Pakistan as well because they have very less foreign reserve exchange right now. These are the many things which comes up. Now let us focus on a few other things which again prove that yes, this rules-based international orders are broken by this Ukraine war. How it is coming up? We can see that according to the UN Charter Article 2 embodied, prohibition of use of force is allegedly say that any country cannot use force. But where we can see that Russia is using the same thing. Not only that, Russia is demanding Ukraine to acknowledge that annexation of Crimea and Crimea to be a part of Russian regime, which is again another thing which comes up and is breaking the international order very badly. Even Russia is also wanting the separatist states called Luhansk and Donetsk to be a part of Russian regime. Again, which is where deliberately it has been said that any country cannot use force or restrict its sovereign territorial integrity of the country. Where we have seen Russia is again breaking. In the recent UN Peace Council, there were two sides where the Ukraine was supported by the Western allies and the Russia was supported by Eritrea. Then we have seen Syria, Congo, and many other nations. They were supported by many other nations where we have seen that already the world has divided into two parts. Now the question comes of how it is becoming a threat and what will happen in the near future if this thing cannot be controlled. The countries go with the treaty to save their countries or to go into any business to partner with the other countries. But when Russia is breaking and is not taking into account their treaties and everything, today or the next, Pakistan can also use their nuclear power because it was signed between Benazir Bhutto and Rajiv Gandhi at that point of time. Well, nuclear warfare should be prohibited. We can see that our country might be getting affected by this nuclear political situations of the war. So I personally think that if this thing cannot be stopped properly, then the world will eventually lead to the collapsation because the EU or the UN have eventually got paralyzed. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj. Next we have Ayushmita Das for the third.
Sides to the coin. Here, the Russian side of the story. So the question is, where exactly the conflict began and when the situation went out of control?
Next we have Professor Shubhadeep Chakraborty to speak on the question.
Good afternoon, respected Chairperson Madam, honorable members of the jury, and members of the august audience. At the very outset, I would like to thank respected Principal Madam, Netaji Nagar College, and the NGO Jodhpur Search for giving me this opportunity to address this august gathering. This House believes that the Russian invasion of Ukraine signifies the breakdown of international rules-based order, and I stand here to oppose this motion. Ladies and gentlemen, what is this international rules-based order? It is indeed international rules-based order, or it is American hegemony, which is masqueraded as an international rules-based order. Post 1991, the United States entered into the phase of a unilateral superpower phase. It twisted, it distorted, it swept away from the roof every possible tenet of international law. And I shall stand here to substantiate my arguments with umpteen number of arguments, with umpteen number of points. Firstly, if you look at the American intervention in Somalia in 1993, was that mandated by the United Nations? No. Was the American missile strikes in Kenya, Libya, Tanzania, Afghanistan throughout the 1990s mandated by the United Nations? No. Was the American-led NATO airstrikes on the the Yugoslav crisis of 1995 and the Dayton Peace Accord of 1995 mandated by the United Nations? No. Was the 66-day-long bombing campaign on a sovereign country of Federal Republic of Yugoslavia mandated by the United Nations? No. Taking into account the selfish, motivated pursuit of its national interest, the Americans have time and again displayed remarkable, condemnable hypocrisy in completely eroding, completely eradicating all tenets of international law. So where is this international world order? 2001, the then American President George W. Bush announced a unilateral abrogation of the Anti-Ballistic Missile Defense Treaty of 1972, followed which he stated, and I quote, "We shall go ahead with the declaration and with the development of a national missile defense plan, come what may." Followed by which the entire Strategic Stability Forum, which the Americans and the Russians had concluded during the Cold War, all were systematically broken by the Americans. If you look at the refusal of the American Senate to ratify the CTBT in 1999, if you look at the decision of the Obama administration to place missile interceptors in Poland and Czechoslovakia, all these were extremely provocative to the Russian national sentiment. Moreover, respected Chairperson Madam, I wish to address the audience of the House to this particular point. After Cold War, Warsaw Pact was disbanded. Why was NATO not disbanded? Not only that, NATO went on an expansionist spree to the eastern borders. NATO membership today includes Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Czech Republic, Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria. All these are bordering countries of Russia. Which country, which power would allow such a flagrant violation of its national sovereignty and derogatory treatment meted out to itself? In February 2007, Vladimir Putin, while addressing the Munich Security Conference, said some prophetic words. He argued and he stated, and I quote, "Whom do our Western partners seek to target with this multifaceted development of missiles in Eastern Europe? Who is the target?" Consequently, the Americans have rebuffed Russian attempts to enter into any kind of diplomatic negotiations. Especially the last straw was the 2004 Orange Revolution in Ukraine, which attempted to place a regime change. With that, I wish to rest my arguments and I say that what is being broken down today is the American-led unipolar world order and not a rules-based international order. Thank you.
Actually, NATO was a big question. That was hardly covered by two of the presenters. And that was, of course, wonderfully presented. There is a geopolitical equation which has been gradually changing, and there has been a change in oil equation. Can anyone focus on that?
Okay, so the oil equation which changed is Russia was the largest supplier of natural gas and oil to the European countries. It was stated that the European countries will go black if Russia just shut down their oil supply. But we have seen one thing, immediately at this point of time, the Western countries are buying Russian oil because the report came up according to the New York State Journal, I guess, where it says that India is right now helping the countries in this warfare. But it's not the same thing. India is one of the largest oil refineries in the country, and Russia, being a friend of India or any other situation, Russia is sending the oil to India, and India is right now exporting that particular oil to the European countries. And another thing which came up here is that how it is helping. But is here India having any problem? No. In the year 2021, it has been seen India has just got a growth rate of 1.7% with oil exchange, which is helping India in the foreign exchange. But somehow the Western countries are not directly aligned with partnership, but they are using the oil which India is. Thank you.
The changing of oil pollution is a very pertinent question that our madam has raised, and I could not focus on it due to lack of time. Yes, the oil pollution is changing significantly for India at least, because before the Russia-Ukraine war, we used to depend entirely on the Middle East for the source of the oil. Now, with Russia-Ukraine war going on, India is getting oil at a lesser price, which is helping the Indian economy to a significant extent. And it's a pragmatic source of, I think it's pragmatic for a country like India, that India is capable of buying oil at a lower price, which was previously at higher rate. And this is going to boost Indian economy to a significant extent. And this oil creation is going to be one of the significant markers of the world order that's going to emerge post this Russia-Ukraine war. That's what I think.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for the question, ma'am. Regarding the question of the oil creation, ma'am, we know that the Russian oil conglomerate Gazprom, this is one of the largest producers of natural gas and oil. Russia is an OPEC member, and Russia has been the largest supplier of natural gas to European countries. Especially at the initiation days of the conflict, we saw that Germany was extremely kind of cautious of even condemning the Russian aggression, because the German economy, which is the largest European Union economy, is highly dependent upon Russian oil and gas supplies. We have also seen that during 2004-2005, during the Orange Revolution, Russia shut off or cut off the oil and gas supplies to Europe as a bargaining geopolitical chip and as a mechanism to impose pressure. We also need to keep in mind, ma'am, that oil as a strategic resource has a cascading effect on inflation. If the price of oil goes, the transportation price increases, and consequently all essential commodities, they present a very high spike of inflation. The United States is not in a position to supplement or to substitute Russia as a major supplier to European oil. Moreover, the sabotage of the Nord Stream 2 Gulf pipeline from Russia to Europe raises questions, and Russia has stated that this was a military sabotage by the West to disrupt the oil supplies and actually kind of stop the geopolitical integration of Eurasia as Russia describes it.
Because Ukraine is a very strategic position for Russia. Ukraine, I'm sure that Ukraine also have a very good wheat resource and everything. Ukraine is also self-sufficient. Resource of wheat and food supplies to Ukraine also. Ukraine also is a major exporter of wheat also. We have seen like ranks 4th or 5th in the European countries. But our government is disarmament.
শিক্ষক ডক্টর শুভদীপ চক্রবর্তী। সেকেন্ড হচ্ছেন প্রশান্ত বৈদ্যস্মিতা। নেতাজি নগর কলেজ। আরেকজন সেকেন্ড হয়েছেন শুভম দত্ত, বখেল কলেজ, বখেল মেমোরিয়াল কলেজ। আমাদের প্রস্তুতি খুব অল্প সময়ের মধ্যে নেওয়া হয়েছিল, যার জন্য আমরা খুব একটা পিছিয়ে কাজ করতে পারিনি এবং একজন দুজনের উপর দায়িত্বটা আমরা ভাগ করেছিলাম। আমাদের ছাত্রছাত্রীদের সেইভাবে আমরা ইনভলভ করতে পারিনি বা টিচারদের করতে পারিনি, কারণ ব্যাকের ক্রিয়াকর্ম চলছে, যার জন্য হয়তো কিছু যদি থেকে যাবে প্রোগ্রামে, তাদের তোমরা যোগ দিয়ে ক্ষমা করে। এরপরে যারা সব থেকে আমার মনে হয় আজকে পার্টিসিপেশনে এগিয়ে আছে, ফার্স্ট সেকেন্ড বাদ দাও, যারা এগিয়ে আছে, যাদের মধ্যে পোটেনশিয়ালিটি আছে, তারা হলো হিয়ালার কলেজ, হিয়ালার মেমোরিয়াল কলেজ ফর উইমেন্স। এবং সেখানে বিশেষ করে যে রোল প্লে করেছে সে হচ্ছেন একজন শিক্ষিকা, আজকেই আমাদের ভীষণ প্রিয়। এবং সেখানে আমি সার্টিফিকেট পাচ্ছেন এবং মেমেন্টো পাচ্ছেন। তার নাম হচ্ছে আয়ুষ্মিতা দাস। প্লিজ এগিয়ে এসো। এরপরে কিন্তু আমরা মনে রাখবে সিস্টার নিবেদিতা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে করবো। সুতরাং তোমাদের আরও প্রস্তুতির দরকার। তোমরা খুব ভালো বলেছো কন্টেন্ট ওয়াইজ এবং এদিকে তাকাও, কারণ ম্যাডাম বলেছেন যে একদিকে আমাকে প্রশংসা করেছেন যে এখানে স্টুডেন্টস আর টিচার দুজনে পার্টিসিপেট করেছে। সুতরাং এটা যেমন একটা অভিনবত্ব আছে। আবার কারণ স্টুডেন্ট যখন টিচারদের ছাপিয়ে যায় তখন সেটা তার থেকে আনন্দের রাখতে হয়। এর পরবর্তী যে পাবে উইনার পার্টিসিপেশন অহনা সাহা, কোখেল মেমোরিয়াল কলেজ ফর গার্লস।
मैम
ছবি তোলো, শুভম ছবি তোলো। পরবর্তী পার্টিসিপেন্ট ভালো বলেছো। এরপরে একদম না দেখে প্র্যাকটিস করবে, তোমার সময় কম ছিল এটা আমি জানি, কিন্তু আজকে ম্যাডাম সবার আগে
ঠিক আছে।
আর জন্য একটা জিনিস দেওয়া যেত আমার খুব ভালো হতো, আজকেই এটা আমার তরফ থেকে। আর দুজন যে আছে তাদের দেখে নাও। ঋতুপর্ণা তুমি এগিয়ে এসো। তোমাদের কলেজ তো আমার বাবার বাড়ি মনে করি আছে। উৎসাহ কোথায়? তোমরা হেল্প করেছিলে বলে তোমাদের স্টুডেন্টসরা অন্তত এগিয়ে আসার সাহস দেখিয়েছে। আজকে আমাদের এখানে শেষ হলো। আর এরপরে তো আমি বলেই দিলাম তোমরা প্রিপারেশন নেবে এবং শুভদীপ স্যারকে আমি সবসময় বলবো যে ডিবেটের বিষয়ে নির্বাচন করে দিও। থাকতে পারে এবং সেটা তখন আমাদের যুবজ্যোতি চট্টোপাধ্যায় চলে আসবে করেছে। সেপ্টেম্বরের শেষে আমরা আবার করছি এবং আমি একটা সোর্স পেয়েছি ব্যারিওলারকে, সেটাকে আমরা নিয়ে আসবো আমাদের টিচাররাও আসছে। ঠিক আছে? তাকে আমি রিকোয়েস্ট করবো আমাদের কলেজে ডেকে ম্যাডামকে। আমাদের ছাত্র যে সবসময় আমাদের ইলেকট্রিকের ব্যাপারটা সমাধান করে সেই প্রদীপকে আমি ডাকছি। সকলকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ এখানে আসার জন্য। অসুবিধে থাকলে আপনার কথা ধন্যবাদ।